If you're a wrestling fan or a wrestler, and I'm assuming you are, otherwise you've made an odd choice putting this video on, you'll know that becoming a champion is a goal for almost anyone who takes this sport seriously. But becoming the champion is the thing that dreams are made of. What the champion means to you, though, will differ depending on your personal tastes. But an objective fact is that WWE is the biggest wrestling company in the world, and with that, their top prize is the top prize in the industry. The problem with that is they have 3, or 2 depending on how they feel like treating NXT that week. But with that being said, today we're going to focus on the newest of their top titles, the Universal Championship. Being introduced for the first time on the 25th of July 2016, the title has a bit of a messy history considering it's only been around for 5 years.
Oh my god, are you serious? Another one!
So with 14 reigns, 8 champions, 2 vacancies and enough no contests and disqualification finishes to make you think you were watching the end of WCW, we've done the research, compiled the stats and crunched the numbers to find out if and how you can become the WWE Universal Champion. To begin, here are the previous champions in order of their first win. Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, Goldberg, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman. Already we have no certain information to go off. We can't even guarantee that being human is mandatory criteria because we have Brock in there. In fact, the only thing we can say for sure is that if you're of predominantly black, Asian, Hispanic or Native American descent, your chances aren't looking great so far. In fact, statistically, your chances rely heavily on you being at least 81.25% white to become Universal Champion. You also need to be roughly 6'2", with our shortest champion being 5'11", and our tallest being 6'8". Now for the things you have some control over. Get some tattoos. Any tattoos. Doesn't matter, they don't even have to be good, because 87.5% of previous champions have had some form of ink at the time of their first title win, and one of them even has some male genitalia disguised as a sword, and that doesn't seem to have hurt him too much. 87.5% also have a beard, so throw your razor out immediately, and guess this video won't be sponsored by Manscaped. But just for men might be interested though, because 50% of champions have had brown hair, and speaking of brown, the same goes for eyes, with another 50% of champions having brown eyes. For the slightly harder work, you'll need to get those scales hitting an average weight of 270 pounds, with the lightest champion being 190 pounds and the heaviest being over twice that at 385 pounds. So once you've nailed all that, got yourself signed to and worked your way to the top of WWE, I guess just relax a bit? Maybe try to map out roughly when you'd like to win the Universal title. I'd recommend SummerSlam with just under 29% of Universal Championship wins taking place there, and WrestleMania coming in second with 21% of wins happening at the grandest stage of them all. Whatever you pick though, just take it easy, take some time to relax and prepare. Don't even worry about main eventing the pay-per-view before. In fact, your chances of winning the title are 71% if you don't. Don't push yourself too much to get guaranteed shots at all. Don't bother trying to win the Royal Rumble. Don't push yourself too much to win the Money in the Bank briefcase, because only 12.5% of champions have won either. If you want to pad out your resume a bit by picking up the WWE Championship at some point on your way to the Universal, then that's up to you. It's a 50-50% split for whether that helps your chances or not. As for the NXT Championship, only 37.5% of previous winners have held that before becoming Universal Champion, so again, don't feel like you have to push yourself too hard, you know, just go at your own pace, you do you. So if you're watching this and you're 48 years old, 6'2", 270 pounds, white with dark brown hair, beard and eyes, with tattoos, and you have just shy of 13 years of experience, you might have a date with Roman Reigns sooner than you think. Lucky boy. If not, and somehow you manage to overcome the odds and become Universal Champion without any of that, congratulations. Here's what you can expect after the boyhood dream comes true for you. I know I said you didn't need to win the Royal Rumble to win the Universal Championship, but if a Royal Rumble win is on your bucket list, I'd make sure to do it before, because statistically you have a 0% chance of winning it after becoming champion. You also don't have much of a chance of winning the NXT or WWE titles, or even the Money in the Bank briefcase after becoming Universal Champion. fact, you only have a 12.5% chance, which is the same statistic and likelihood of getting a Hall of Fame induction after your big win. Not only that, but you have a bigger chance of being released or having your contract be allowed to expire than you do of winning either of the two big three titles. And unfortunately, the bad news doesn't end there, because you have an even larger likelihood of vacating your title with 14% on average, and a 36% chance of losing your title without even a single successful championship defense. Then to top it all off, you have a huge 87.5% chance of taking some form of long absence from the WWE after winning the Universal Championship. Now that the bad news is out of the way, time for the good. You have a 25% chance of main eventing WrestleMania, a very high chance of holding the title a second time, with 75% of previous winners going on to win a second, and 7% going on to add a third Universal title to their list of achievements. And the average championship reign is around 221 days and climbing, thanks to Roman Reigns' current run, with an all-time high of 13 successful defenses and counting. So there we have it, how to become the Universal Champion. Kinda. Although, after seeing some of that, I'm not too sure it's the greatest decision for your career, but hey, at least if you win it now, it doesn't have the super ugly red strap. Could be worse, could also be the Fiend's face again. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you very much. Feel free to drop us a like, comment, subscribe, the usual YouTube stuff. And don't forget to follow us on StayTrueNI at Twitter and Instagram. We'll have the links in the description below. This was a bit of a trial run for this concept. We wanted to try something different beyond the usual ranking videos and reviews that every other wrestling channel does, but realistically we'll probably have some of those coming soon too. Feel free to let us know what you did and what you didn't like about this video in the comments below. And if you have any suggestions for things to do in the future, or even other titles that you'd like to see us do this with, please drop them below. But yeah, again, thanks for watching, look after yourselves, especially with the world the way it is at the minute, and hopefully we can all get out to shows and see our friends and family again soon. Take care.